together. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing your story.
Give a little slap at you.
Well, hello. By the applause, I'm guessing you all recognize me as a world-renowned American and two-time self-proclaimed astronaut. I'm an active member of the North Dakota Army National Guard. I've been doing that for 24 years. Thank you. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my journey. So I don't want to give too much background story and bore you, so I'm just going to back up a little bit to May of 1979, Minot, North Dakota, when I was born. I think I'm going to try and draw an analogy between life and the human spirit. Does anybody remember grandmother having like a china hutch where they keep the fine china that you're never allowed to touch except for once a year? So I feel like when you come out, when you're born, parents treat their babies like that, their newborns, like they don't want anybody to break it or touch it. And that's why nobody ever lets me hold a baby, because I'll break it. So they're very delicate. And then, of course, that newborn grows up and it starts bumping into things and it starts getting chipped and broken a little bit as it goes, because it has to be used. We're utilitarian beings. We have to have a use. Whereas that china can just stay, it can just stay in that cupboard and it doesn't get exposed to the things that'll damage it. So I started damaging myself pretty early in life, just bumping into stuff. You know, if you have a kid, you know that when they first learn how to walk, right, that's when parents start to freak out, because they're, oh, what are they going to do? I learned to walk somewhere around 1987. I wasn't keeping good notes, so I'm not real sure on the dates there, but I did learn how to walk, and I started bumping into things. But not only do we bump into things physically, but we bump into things, you know, emotionally and spiritually. For instance, you know, if we tell a lie, or if someone hurts us, or if we hurt somebody else, that makes a little chip in our soul. It takes a little piece of us away. And as a kid, I don't know if any of you did this, but you kind of have two options if you break something that's really important. You can try to fix it with some super glue, try to glue it back together, or you can just throw it in the corner and put some dirty clothes on it. And I was pretty good at that. I'd just put it in the corner, throw some dirty clothes on it, and that's a long-term solution. Well, as I acquired more dents and dings and cracks, I quit really trying to repair anything. In fact, I put a bottle of vodka to my head and pulled the trigger every night for about a decade. And so in about 2009, this is kind of it's an analogy of what my spirit looked like. I was broken on the inside, and I realized that I wasn't even able to function anymore. So I went to, at the time I was living in Colorado, I went to the VA in Colorado. I went into therapy, treatment. They put me on some medication, things like that. And I was actually surprised how quickly I was able to regain my functionality. You know, within a few weeks, I really felt like a huge difference had been made. But it wasn't pretty. If you've ever repaired pottery with super glue, it ain't pretty. It might work. So I was ashamed. I was embarrassed of what my life looked like. And so later in my journey, though, I heard about a concept from Japan called wabi-sabi, where the beauty in something is in its wear, how it's worn. There's no symmetrical lines in nature. Things aren't supposed to be perfect. They're supposed to be imperfect. And you can never go back. I can never go back to when I was a little baby and I was perfect. I was right out of the package, right? no dents or scratches. I can never go back to that time. I have to live with these, with the damage that's been done. Well, within Wabi Sabi, one of the things that they do, the tea ceremony is very important. They will take a bowl that's broken, and they don't just super glue it back together. They'll take gold and they'll inlay it into the cracks and with the resin, and therefore, and it's called kintsugi, I believe is the proper name. But that's the technique that they use, and then those cracks, they become the focal point. That's where the beauty lies, okay? And the same thing with us as people, whether you're in recovery or not, the cracks and breaks are what made you you, and the way you repair them is what brings the beauty. You know, how much time you invest in repairing those cracks, that's the beauty. So just to sum up, don't ever disparage people for their cracks and breaks, because we're all cracked and broken in our own unique and beautiful ways, and that's what makes us special. Just take time to make a piece of art out of your life instead of regretting the cracks and breaks. Embrace them and show it to other people that you're proud of it. And that's what I hope for all of you as well. And then you can look back at those cracks and you can remember all the professionals that helped you, the family, the friends, and things like that. That's all I got. The end. Thank you.